What do wine, women, and shoes have to do with Gleaner's Food Bank? Good question. And it is a great cause, and we've got the answer for you coming up tonight on this Friday evening here in downtown Indianapolis. Great to be with you. We are cruising into the weekend. We are excited about the forecast. Angela's going to be along here in a moment to let you know how Saturday and Sunday are shaping up. We are tracking a little bit of rain tonight, so we'll tell you when that will end and if that will affect your plans. Let us know where you're watching Facebook Live on this Friday night. We're happy to be with you, and we're with you here every weeknight here at 10 o'clock here on the WTHR Facebook. Also tonight, we're going to go ahead and preview what one of our big stories that we're going to be talking about on the news tonight at 11 o'clock. A friend of the show, Emily Longnecker, is doing a report tonight looking into missing persons cases here in the state of Indiana. Certainly the Gabby Petito case has drawn a lot of nationwide attention. Why are missing persons cases involving minorities not drawing as much attention? Emily's going to get into that tonight at 11 o'clock, and we'll be talking with Emily coming up in just a moment. But let's begin our evening, as we always do, by talking about the weather and our Friday night. How are you doing?
Great, it's Friday night.
I know, Friday night, and you and I have been sitting here in the studio eating our salads tonight. Real glamorous, huh?
It's the highlight of the night, we must tell you.
What kind of salad do you have today?
I had, it's the mango spicy chicken.
Ooh.
From Rise, which is local eatery.
Yeah.
And yeah, I went there for breakfast and decided I was going to take it for dinner too, because I did wine, women, and shoes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight.
For Gleaners today. So typically I pack my lunch, but since I was out of the house at like 10:30, I didn't have time to pack my lunch.
There you go.
Yeah. Rise got both of my breakfast and dinner business.
You know, that's what I end up doing with this shift as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll end up either having lunch at home and then bringing that same leftovers for dinner, or going out with my wife and just bringing the leftovers.
Did you go out today?
So we did. We went to Wolfie's on Geist because the weather was spectacular today.
Yes.
And I got the pecan-crusted chicken salad, which is to die for.
Okay.
So I only ate half at lunch, brought the other half for dinner. So that's how we spent our Friday night, just hanging out here at the studio eating salads.
Eating salads. Talk about what we're eating for dinner.
So tell us, this weather was just amazing tonight.
It was. Football games had to have been the place to be tonight.
Right.
We had mainly clear skies, a few clouds arriving. I am showing you live Doppler 13 radar first because we've been talking about this the last couple of days, this little weak, fast-moving weather system, and it's already producing a couple of sprinkles north of Lafayette. The main line of rain still across parts of Illinois, but as I expand the view, you can see this is a thin line of rain. Might get a rumble or two of thunder out of this as it moves through between now and say 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Don't cancel any plans. If you're headed to the Heart Walk to spend your morning with Chuck out at Victory Field, you might get sprinkled on early. That registration, I think, gets underway around 8:30 or so, and we still could have a few sprinkles left over then. But by the time we get to 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the rain is moving out, and this is good timing for the Heart Walk. We also have the Circle City Classic Parade tomorrow morning in downtown, and the majority of tomorrow is going to be just fine. Rain exits, we start to clear. Sunshine is back by, for most of us, about lunchtime, and then temperatures will climb close to 70 after starting the day in the upper 50s. So don't let that rain chance scare you, get you down. It's not going to last very long, but plan accordingly. It is going to be a little cool for the Heart Walk, or if you're setting up early for the parade downtown, maybe sweatshirt, jacket weather, and throw the umbrella in just in case.
All right, Joyce wondering on Facebook tonight, what's it look for rain in Versailles tomorrow, because they've got the annual Versailles Pumpkin Show this weekend.
Oh, fun. What time? I wonder what time that is.
Don't know.
As long as the pumpkin show is afternoon, you're going to be just fine, Joyce.
Good. Okay. Who else is with us tonight? We've got Jackie saying, hi, Scott and Angela. Beautiful day. Have a great weekend. That's Jackie from McCordsville tonight. We've got Sherry saying Wolfie's food is so good. So, yeah, Sherry knows what I know, that food is terrific. Let's see. Darren is with us tonight. We've got Shelly. We've got Phil in from Bloomington. We've got Teresa watching tonight. So we've got lots of viewers here on this Friday night. Great to be with you. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to our big story tonight that we're going to be covering on 13 News at 11 o'clock. Of course, this Gabby Petito case across the nation has certainly been drawing so much attention, and it really made us stop and think about some of these other missing persons cases. Did you know that there are 200 active missing persons cases in the state of Indiana. And many of these families are hoping that the Gabby Petito case will draw some attention to their missing persons cases. In fact, earlier tonight, our Emily Longnecker ended up talking with an Indianapolis couple who has been waiting and wanting to know information about their missing daughter, Kirsten.
This is Kirsten. Sorry I can't get to the phone, but if you leave a message, I'll be sure to get back to you.
That's the voice message Lisa Bruggerman has called just to listen to nearly every day for almost the past 9 months.
It's just unbearable sometimes.
It's the voice of Lisa's only child, 26-year-old Kirsten Bruggerman, who's been missing since January 2nd.
We are in this kind of limbo that it's like you can't move on.
It's obviously it's a parent's worst nightmare. You know, it never goes away.
It can't. That's because Lisa and her husband Rex have no answers about what happened to their daughter. The last time Lisa talked to Kirsten was January 1st, when she called her mom to say she didn't need a ride home from work because she was going out for drinks with friends.
I fell asleep and it was about 12:30 that I woke up, and again, as I've said, mother's intuition or whatever, I knew something was wrong.
But when Lisa tried to call Kirsten to see when she'd be home,
Phone was off. I texted her over and over. I called her several times, and her phone was always off, and there was just nothing.
the Bruggermans later learned from Kirsten's friends that they all left the Irish Mutt on Shadeland Avenue around midnight.
She'd had too much to drink, and they were getting ready to leave.
They offered to take her home.
Offered to take her home,
But
but she wanted to go with them.
They kind of got fed up with her and drove off, and she just went her own way.
The Bruggermans say police have video from area businesses showing Kirsten walking down Shortridge Avenue.
The last image the Bruggermans have of their daughter comes from surveillance cameras at this YMCA on North Shortridge Road. It was about 2 a.m. when cameras captured video of Kirsten walking through this parking lot.
It's like she vanished. And I hate to use that word, but that's what it appears to have happened.
The Bruggermans can't help but fear the worst.
She never would have left her dog. Her phone was turned off that night.
It's never been turned on.
It never been turned on since. Her bank account was not touched. I know that miracles happen, but I also know that if she could, she would be in contact with us.
So these parents wait for any word about what happened to their daughter. That's all they can do.
You just feel so helpless.
I can't even imagine, as a parent of 3, I can't even imagine my son or daughter being missing 9 months. And so our hearts go out to that family tonight. And again, 200 active missing persons cases across the state of Indiana. Now, coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, Emily Longnecker has a different story. She's really going to be putting in focus minority missing person cases, because there's something out there called missing white girls syndrome. And Emily's going to talk to investigators about how prevalent that is. And we're also going to just talk about this. Why do cases involving minorities who are missing, why don't they get the same attention that a Gabby Petito would get? So that's coming your way tonight on 13 News at 11. All right, let's talk about something that was near and dear to Angela Buckman's heart today, and that was this event that happened out in Fishers, right? Or in Carmel, right?
Yes, we were at the Lucas Oil Estate, which is very fancy.
Yeah.
So I texted John Stair, our former anchor, who's now retired, was one of the co-MCs, and I texted him when I got there, and I'm like, well, where are you? Because that's a big place.
It is, really
and
nice.
He's like, I'm at the pool house. And I said, well, I don't know where the pool house is in relation to anything else out there, but boy, oh boy, it was beautiful. Lots of food, lots of ladies, lots of raising money for Gleaners, and we had a chance to talk to the man in charge of Gleaners and how really he has turned that around in the last 5 years, and lots of fashion too, by the way. So if you were curious about the trends for spring 2022, there was a lot of white, a lot of orange and coral,
Yeah.
a lot of green.
Yeah, that's a beautiful color.
And yeah, that bright
Yeah,
Kelly
love
green.
that.
And then lots of big ball gowns. I mean, the fashion was put on by Saks Fifth Avenue, and just lots of raising money for kids in need.
Yeah.
It was amazing. John, who was in charge, talked about 100,000 kids go hungry all the time.
Wow.
In just the 21 counties that Gleaners serves. And that's a lot of young people
Sure
not
is.
getting the food they need every single day.
Yeah, Gleaners does such great work.
And what they did during the pandemic, and he reminded us that there were your neighbors
Right.
in line during the pandemic when
Right.
things were really, really bad. Things that people that you might not think were in need of food or
Yeah.
in need of help.
That's
and
right.
That need is great
Yeah.
over the 21 counties they serve, and so raising money today for that was a fun time.
How was John Stair?
He's great, by
He's
the
doing
way.
well?
He says hello to everyone.
Nice.
He's enjoying retirement.
Yeah.
His wife was out there,
Yeah.
and he's got some grown children, and he's got
Right.
one still at home that was getting ready for homecoming.
Oh,
and
good for
so
him.
he seems to really be enjoying
And he's
it.
still got the beard, I see,
Got the
huh?
beard. I posted a picture on Instagram, and somebody commented, "Did he lose his razor?" No, he's retired, and so he doesn't have to
He's
have a razor.
enjoying it. Good for you, John Stair. And he's still walking his dog Cash quite a bit.
Still walking Cash,
Yeah,
and I think,
nice.
I didn't exactly ask him how he feels his days, but I don't. He says he doesn't really miss the day-to-day news, but
Yeah.
he misses the big 1-3, the family
Sure.
we have here, and,
Yeah.
and he misses seeing that. But he wasn't really willing to trade in retirement
Yeah.
to come back to just see us all.
Yeah, well, good for John.
okay.
We miss him, and
Well, we're
it was
excited for him.
good to see that he was out there with you
Yeah.
today. Beautiful day for that event, and we've got beautiful weather tomorrow. Now, how does this whole rain thing play into it?
If you have any outdoor plans before 10 a.m., there will be a rain chance. After that, you're going to be just fine.
Nice.
It will last longer the farther east you are. So by 7, 8 o'clock, you're going to be free of rain from Indy west. It will last through 9, maybe 10 at the latest
Okay.
across the eastern part of the state.
All
and
right.
then it'll be gone. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be back into sunshine.
So perfect weather for most of your outdoor plans Saturday and Sunday. All right, let's see. Tanya said, I grew up going to food banks, and my sister and I always looked forward to going. That was when we were able to get things like blueberry muffins and other things. So Tanya knows the
Firsthand.
importance of food banks. So Tanya, thank you for sharing that with us. Tim saying it's so sad that, well, he's talking about a lot of the other things that we've already talked about here on the show. Darnell is with us tonight, saying he's looking forward to hearing that story from Emily tonight at 11. And Glenn saying, I like your blue dress.
Thank you. And one other thing that was interesting about Gleaners is
Yeah.
learning about how much food is wasted just because it's perishable.
Yeah.
And so trying to find and fix the supply chain and how we can get something so it doesn't go to waste, but in the hands
Good
and
point.
on the tables of people that really need it.
Yep.
And it was, I don't remember the exact percentage, but it was jaw-dropping that
Yeah.
that much food goes to waste just because it doesn't sit on a shelf.
Yeah.
So being able to get it from where it's almost being thrown away
Right.
onto the table of somebody that needs it is really their mission moving forward.
Yeah, kudos to Gleaners and everything that they do for our community. Angela's going to be back with us tonight at 11 o'clock. We'll lay out the whole weekend forecast. That way we get you all set up and you're weather aware and you know how to make your plans. And we'll have our big story tonight. Emily Longnecker will be with us. So thank you for joining us here on Facebook Live, and we'll see you over on 13 News at 11. Good night.